Good morning. So in this time together, I want to talk about feeling lost, feeling out of sorts, feeling ungrounded, feeling disorientated. And I want to talk about it because I'm finding I am talking about it to so many clients who are coming to me really upset for where they're at. And in each instance, we've chatted things out, and by the end of the conversation come to a reframe on it. And I want to share this reframe with you, because chances are if it was of value to them, no doubt it'll be value to others. And the real thought is that, generally speaking, for people who are out of sorts, who are feeling ungrounded, who are feeling lost, they are the types of people who have been ambitious for themselves, who have been dreaming, and who have been challenging their current environment. They have been striving for more. And first of all, that needs to be commended, and that needs to be appreciated, that needs to be endorsed. And I kind of think that feeling this sense of loss feels all the more disheartening when we're striving for better and we're striving for more. And as we journeyed into conversation with these people, what we kind of figured out was that, yes, they had been experiencing life that really wasn't true to them. It was good, but it wasn't what they wanted for themselves. And they had dreamed up ambitious desires and wants for themselves. And they had ventured in only to find themselves feeling pretty lost and feeling pretty disorientated and feeling pretty challenged. And what I believe is that is a normal rite of passage. And that these people weren't lost, but actually they were in a time of transition where they had moved away from what they were settling for, and that what was serving them but not wholly and totally serving them. And they knew what they were striving for. They knew what they were working towards, what they were dreaming up, but they weren't there. They were in this time in between, which is really, really challenging. Because let's be honest, it's like you've left your home, but you haven't yet found the new home. You're like a kind of a crab or a lobster that sheds its shell. You have to shed the shell to grow, but then for that time where you're a little bit exposed with no shell, you're highly vulnerable. And this time of transition, I think, is highly misunderstood and highly misinterpreted because it is so vulnerable. It's so disorientating that it throws people completely out of sorts. They forget what it is that they were working or striving towards. They start to really reprioritize what they have, because in this time of discomfort, in between leaving what you had and not having what you want, you're exposed. And I keep thinking of this crab or this lobster out of shell, just kind of there, highly, highly vulnerable. And what you can find is that a lot of people in these spaces want to almost retrace their steps. And this time in between can get so overwhelming and so challenging and so disorientating that you might want to go back to the safety of that life that you had, forgetting all the ways in which it didn't serve, and appreciating all the ways in which it did all the more. And this comes up for all of us in life. You might think about changing jobs, changing homes, career, love, friendship. At some stage in our lives, we recognize that some part of our lives isn't serving us as we'd like. And we go out and we strive for more. We strive for better. And we strive for something that feels more aligned. And we all go through this time of vulnerability. And I share this because I really would love to just help you have that greater level of, let's say, awareness in these times. Because when we are stressed, we lose our grander perspective. We zoom in essentially, and we become highly sensitive. That's why that phrase is zoom out, oftentimes if we could just see the bigger picture, things would make so much sense. And of course, in moving from one place to another, there is this vulnerable time in the middle. But when we are in the middle ourselves, oh, it's frightening. It's so disorientating. Like if you leave a group of friends because you really feel they aren't serving you, and you go out in search of a greater community that will serve you, there is that lonely time in the middle where you are completely out of sorts. The same with the job. Like if you leave a job that's not serving you, you lose your income, you are sitting there, and you also lose like the impression that everybody has, like the impression of seeing you with a gang of friends versus you on your own, or seeing you in a certain role versus you without a job. That's a lot of pressure to take. And as much as we don't like it, the world is constantly scrutinizing us. The world is constantly looking us up and down, weighing us out. And it can be highly vulnerable when we don't have a career behind us, or we don't have friends beside us, or we don't have the love that we want in our lives. And instead it's just us. And so in seeing the bigger picture and raising awareness around this, I want to share this video as an encouragement not to retrace your steps, not to look at things differently and all of a sudden appreciate what you really were settling for and moving on from in the past. To see that clearly and recognize, no, you went on this journey for a reason. To recognize where you're at makes perfect sense. What you're feeling in terms of this vulnerability, in terms of this challenge, in terms of this pressure is all so absolutely normal. And so rather than retracing your steps is to just take a big breath in, to give yourself a moment of calm, to appreciate yourself for taking the courageous journey out of your comfort zone, to admire and acknowledge yourself in this space of vulnerability, where it is a lot, but let's be honest, we also feel alive in these times of challenge, in these times of being out of our comfort zone. Yeah, we feel a lot because we don't have that comfortable blanket surrounding us. And most importantly, to have faith. I really believe that in moments like this where we are feeling the pressure the most, springtime is literally just around the corner. And it's to remind yourself why you set out on this journey, why you are going through what you were going through. And so rather than retracing your steps and going back to the safety of old and the familiarity, to venture once again into your dreams and remind yourself of what you're working towards. Remind yourself why you're going through this and what it's all about. Give yourself some calm, give yourself some peace, give yourself some grounding and appreciation. And some encouragement for going forward. As I said, that nice saying, springtime is just around the corner. And maybe in this moment where you detach away from the distraction of the vulnerability and the pressure and the scrutiny, in calming down a little bit, perhaps you can actually start to get a little taste of what it is that you've been working towards. No doubt elements are already showing up in your life. And all we need sometimes is just to take a moment to acknowledge them and to actually put some attention on that. And so this for me is I'm sharing this as an encouragement to let you know that what you're going through is, you're not alone. Anybody that goes out on an adventure essentially goes through this period. It is tough, it is challenging. The pressure that you're feeling from others, yes, we all feel that. And to just give you a moment to hold steady, hold strong, remind yourself what you're going forward for, and then to encourage you on, and to encourage you on all the more. And then wish you well. Wish you so well for being courageous enough to leave what was nice and what was cozy, but ultimately speaking, what wasn't serving you. To go through all of this. And to lean into your edges and to move towards what it is that you're really searching for, because that's brave, that's courageous, that's difficult, that's challenging. And so it deserves encouragement, it deserves appreciation. And yeah, it deserves appreciation. So for wherever you are, I hope this video serves you well. If you've any kind of points you'd share to this, please do leave them in the comments below. I'd welcome anything that this video brings up in you. And of course, if you want to engage with me, I'm probably most active on Instagram, so feel free to reach out there. And I just wish you so well for now, and I look forward to sharing again with you soon.